Bobby, tell me what to do. Let's do that then. Bringing in Sactown Sports Kings insider. Always up and at him this early. Brenden Nunes. Good morning, Brenden.
Morning. How's it going?
Tough first round matchup for you, dude, in the second round matchup in the media bracket.
Don't take the L. I think you can surprise.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think so on that one. It's an underdog matchup, and I'm going to fight until the last buzzer. But it's a next man up mentality, as we're missing a few starters in this matchup here.
Is this? I haven't seen this. Is this writers?
I don't know. It's.
Are we in it?
I'm in there.
I'm not even really sure either. I did see Dave's name on there.
I'm surprised they made it through the first round.
This is the next round?
Yeah, this is the second round. I don't know.
I think the seeding was rigged.
Yeah, I think so too. And by the way, you're underestimating how many Kings fans are mad at Sam right now. So they're mad at Sam.
They're mad at a lot of people.
Have you seen Brendan's Twitter?
That's a good point right there.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm in it.
I actually waded in and defended Brenden at one point, and that wasn't fun. All right, look, I want to play a quick game.
Are you talking about when you told everybody that I was the one to talk to about all the De'Aaron stuff?
Oh, no, afterwards. No, it was like last week. That was just me having fun with you. What was it last week when you were like, hey, Kings fans, how are we feeling? And some guy's like, I think your parents should have raised you better, you negative little bastard. And I was like, what? He just asked how you're feeling. Jeez.
You remember this.
I'm in.
You are in.
I didn't think I was in. I just looked it up.
No.
I have a problematic matchup.
Oh, no. You're matched up with Katie.
Yeah, I'm going to take the L too.
Oh. Ooh, this is tough. James and Kyle are matched up against each other. Our competitor. That's
Madsen.
Matt, yeah. Kenny versus Deuce. Matt George versus Sean. Morgan versus Mark Jones. You and Katie. Me and Moran, Lalani, Sumara Hughes.
Okay.
I'm losing that one. The Battle of the Wills. Will Z Stats versus Will Griffith. And Sam and Brenden.
That's a tough bracket.
Looks like Damien took an L. Wow.
This is advanced. This is not the beginning.
Second round.
It does say round 2.
Yeah.
I'm glad I survived. I did not know.
High seed.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I say loser between me and Sam loses their spot on the show.
No, that just hurts us.
Yeah.
Hey, Brenden, you don't happen to have a pen and a piece of paper there, do you? It's okay if you don't.
I do.
Okay, both of you. I like to play this game. This is just for fun.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Player 1 versus player 2. First category, points per game. Player 1, 26.4 points per game. Player 2, 29.3. Player 1, 12.4 rebounds. Player 2, 12.8. Player 3, 9 assists. Or excuse me, player 1. I'm sorry. Player 1, 9 assists. Player 2, 10.3. Player 1, 1.4. Player 2, 1.7. So
what was the last category?
Steals. I apologize. So you got 26, 12, 9, and 1.5. 29.3, 12.8, 10.3, 1.7. Okay, so Jason, player 1 or player 2?
Okay, I think I know who this is.
You probably do.
But based on what you said, player 2.
Player 2. Brenden, any disagreement there?
No, I guess player 2, just a bit more points and like an assist more a game there, really, right?
Yeah, like 2.5 more.
I would say efficiencies matter if we're factoring that in.
No, I hear you. I don't have those numbers, although I could get them. Player 2 is almost 3 points more per game, half a rebound more per game, an assist and a half more per game, and little 0.3 of a steal per game more.
Yep.
Player 2 is Nikola Jokic
this season.
Yep. Player 1 is Nikola Jokic's MVP season last year.
Okay. That's what I thought they were. Yeah.
Now, I understand we're in a vacuum here, and I understand that we aren't talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's numbers, and I'm pretty sure Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to win the MVP this year.
Yes.
That seems to be what everybody is saying, and I understand wins tend to matter, but I would just submit for you this: 33 points a game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 6.3 assists, 5 rebounds, 1.8 steals. I don't know, man. That's tough to me.
I would agree. Honestly, I think Jokic's numbers are so absolutely ridiculous, and maybe there's something to I don't know. You almost want to say he doesn't do it with flair, but he does.
Well, he did on that pass earlier this week.
Yeah, the pass was ridiculous. I guess he just doesn't captivate people, it seems like, in the same way, at least a lot of the general casual audience. But what he's doing is absolutely ridiculous. And I think that there is some voter fatigue of, if we really want the guy to win it, this would be 3 of the last 4 years, I believe. And so, I think that you get a little bit tired of it. But that OKC team is super deep, and I think that depth does a lot for them. Denver is all Nikola Jokic. It feels like previous years of Steph Curry. When he comes off the floor, they totally fall off a cliff. So I'm not mad about SGA getting it either, but I do think that Jokic's year is so ridiculous.
By the way, you mentioned efficiency real quick, Jason. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander splits 50-35-86. Jokic 57-41-80. Anyways,
both great.
Both great. Both great.
We saw a lot of great play by the Kings last night. Brenden hasn't been consistent, certainly, but a great shooting night. Only thing that I think it was bad was the turnovers. But I want to go to Zach. Zach LaVine definitely had a big offensive night, an efficient night. And we were saying on the show, Brenden, they're 8-3 now when Zach goes for 22 or more. It's not as simple as getting him to that number, but the way they did it, it looked good. The offense looked better. Is this something we can see more of? Because I don't feel like it's a reach. Zach is a good scorer in this league.
Yeah, he's a great scorer. I think he missed his last 2 shots yesterday and ended the game 13 of 18. He was there at 13 of 16, 29 points, ridiculous efficiency. I think was against Charlotte earlier this year. I want to say he had a 40 ball, and it was borderline historic efficiency numbers. So this is what he does to an extent. And I think a big factor in it was playing with some pace yesterday. He mentioned it after the game. Doug Christie mentioned it. But it allowed Zach to get downhill a little bit. The Kings had 60 points in the paint on 30 of 35 in the paint, which is absolutely ridiculous. And speaks to their talent, but maybe also a little bit of some weakness from Portland in that aspect. But you got to go out there and take advantage of it. And I think we all know Zach's ability to shoot, and Doug wants him taking 10 threes a night at least. He only got 5 last night, but his ability to get downhill, and I think just seeing him score at multiple levels, I think is something that helps unlock his game a little bit here. And they let him lock into just go out in there and score. He didn't have an assist last night, and he had almost 30 points. And I don't hate it. They let DeMar do a lot of the playmaking in that aspect. I want to say he's had nearly 30 assists over the last 3 games. So, there's part of me that also wonders if Malik Monk not being in that starting group helped enable Zach to, go out there and be like, all right, I'm gonna get this thing up.
Can Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan function well sharing the floor together long term, in your opinion?
I don't think it's the most ideal thing, and I think specifically when you add
Monk,
Domantas Sabonis into that mix, and if you wanted to factor in Malik Monk in the conversation too, I think that just sort of adds to the complication there. But mostly, I would say no. I think a lot of it has to do with opportunity cost as well, is that if you're just spending that much money on 2 guys that fill fairly similar roles, even though there may be a difference in clutch production, for example, I think you can still feel okay about going to Zach in those moments, or you can fall back on Malik. But I think you're just better off probably trying to look to spend that money on some wings. De'Aaron had his quotes after he had left that he thinks it's a wings league, and that that's how you start reaching the top of the league. And I tend to agree. I think that more than anything, the money is better spent elsewhere to find a more balanced roster, because I think right now, identity questions and what are they good at on a night-to-night basis, I still don't think we know the answer to that. So, I do think it's a questionable fit, and I'm honestly very much expecting that they, try to maneuver the top of the roster this offseason.
Plus, another game of Keon. 6 steals, what he's doing on a nightly basis. And we always talk about his defense, Brenden, but I still think, he's not a one-way player. He's still a good offensive player for this team, too.
He's good. I mean, yeah, he's shooting above 40% from three on the year. He's one of the better 3-point shooting teams on the league. I think the handle has gotten a little bit better this year. And I will say, I think that was from a fairly low starting point. There were times last year and the year prior where it stood out to me specifically against Houston. I have memories of it, of him trying to bring the ball up the floor and getting hounded by guys like Tari Eason or Amen Thompson. And like, I think that can still be a little bit of a struggle when you ask him to be a traditional point guard, but when he's stepping into that role yesterday, I don't think he really is traditional point guard. I mentioned DeMar had 10 assists. I think that he's the one running point out there. Zach can run point. You could have Domas do that. So I think that, to your point, Keon definitely is a great 3-point shooter. I think he did a really good job cutting and some off the dribble stuff that we're starting to see a little bit of growth with. But yeah, I would say that he's not the most, multi-dimensional offensive player, but with everything he brings you defensively and being able to consistently hit that three at a really, really high rate, I mean, he obviously brings a lot of value to this team, and I think that starting him makes a lot of sense.
That's Brenden Nunes. You can follow him on Twitter. You can read him at sactownsports.com, and you can vote for him.
Yes.
Wherever the hell that is in the media bracket that I'm having a lot of fun with. And good luck against Sam, pal.
Yeah, best of luck to me, I guess. I'm going to need Sam to report a few more things that Kings fans don't like, I guess.
What did somebody say on Twitter? It's Loyola Chicago versus Kentucky, buddy.
Oof.
Stranger things. There we go.
All right.
Well, the underdog's always a good story.
Yes, it is.
Take care. See you soon. Thanks.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.